Konbanwa, James S. Hopefully I can keep this short and sweet, just making a few mental notes. Let's see. Tonight, or last night, night of the 18th, I went to Yoyogi Zazazu. Spelling is more like Zer the Zoo, or Jer the Zoo, but it's called Zazazu. And who did I see? First band up was a pleasant surprise. Band name is Fuzz Float, and I got their CD here. And oh god, they got this blue bear head. They even had that as a stage prop. The singer was like a 5-year-old kid in a 30-year-old man's body, if that makes any sense. Sometimes you look at someone and you can guess what they looked like when they were like 5 years old. This guy was like that. And he was just funny to watch. Just the way he ran around the stage like a little kid. And the second band up was Django Django. That's how it's written on Zazazu's page here. And the bass player is the bass player for Lolita 18. Or Lolita number 18, I guess, is their American name. Now, Lolita number 18, if you haven't heard of them, you probably should, because years back, years and years ago, when they did a video of their cover of Rockaway Beach, they got Joey Ramone to appear in the video. That's the level that they're at. The bass player, by the way, that was playing in this other band is still the original bass player. The bass player and the singer are the only two original members remaining. They've gone through at least a couple drummers and 2 or 3 or 4 guitar players. Let's see. The original guitar player for Lolita number 18 I once ran into at the supermarket near where I live. And she's doing a different band now, and I thought I recognized her. I mean, she was carrying a guitar, she had dyed blonde hair and glasses. And I said, "Excuse me, are you from Pony Camp?" And that's her current band. I called her by her current band instead of her original more famous band. And she said, "Oh, yes, I am. Oh." And I said, "Oh, I'd love to see you sometime." And she was all blushing and shy that someone had recognized her. This is a girl who has appeared in a video with Joey Ramone. And she was in the supermarket near where I live. Next up, Crispy Nuts, Pure Punk. Kevin. Kevin's another, I guess you could call, videographer, except he's a little more hardcore than me. He's got a big-ass camera instead of my little Canon HF10, and I think he has at least 2 cameras, cables, mic setups. He had a full setup of gear there to do with an interview with Crispy Nuts after the show. He put together an event a few nights ago at Nakano Moonstep, last week I think it was, with Crispy Nuts and Ed Woods. I think he's making a documentary of some kind, not sure. Let's see. Next up, Red Bacteria Vacuum. It's been 2 years since the new drummer has joined, and they're coming along great. I mean, their new songs are great, and the new drummer, well, new 2 years, but hey, he's learning how to put more power into his beating of the skins. And let's see, Kasan, the bass player, was wearing a slightly different outfit so that you could, if you looked very carefully, you could see the tattoo she got in LA. What else? Later on, they were up next to last. The last band up was Pet, the ultimate party band. And what I remember about the Pet show was not so much the Pet show, which was excellent as always, but there was this drunk guy, don't know his name, bit shorter than me, slighter stature, bit older looked like, drunk off his ass, Kasan was out watching the pet show, and this guy basically got behind Kasan and stuck his head under her legs and lifted her up in a shoulder ride. Which, might seem like fun, ha, except they were standing under one of the speakers hanging from the ceiling, and so Kasan was, after banging her head on the speaker, she was sort of crunched down under the speaker on this guy's shoulder, saying, let me off, it's scary up here. And so I sort of got behind and sort of helped her get down off. And then this drunk guy, laughing and smiling, started throwing punches and kicks at me. Not just like playfully, ha, but serious, he was drunk off his ass. He was much smaller than me. But, when someone puts their all into a punch and a kick, you can sort of tell. And this guy was putting his all into it. And Kasan was sort of standing between me and him, sort of standing more towards me, I guess, to try to prevent me from hitting back. And I know if I wanted to, I could have destroyed the guy. And I said to the guy, I'm bigger than you. You should really stop doing that. And didn't stop right away, but he stopped soon afterwards. But I did want to hit the guy, but I held back. Because I knew if I did hit the guy, he wouldn't be standing, and that could lead to all sorts of trouble. So what else am I doing this weekend? Tomorrow, the 19th, I'm going to Heaven's Door to see Suda High. And I think I've mentioned that a few times. But hey, they're a lot of fun to see. Not just for the songs, but just for the chit-chat between songs. That's a highlight of their shows for me. And let's see, the following night, VAV, Violence After Vacation is what it stands for. They were playing at Hatsudai Wall. And one of the other bands up that night, they're the only, actually wait, I think there's a few other bands there that night that I know. But one of the bands that stands out, their name is Fuck the Lot of You. That's right, there is a band called Fuck the Lot of You. But I'm going mostly to see VAV, Violence After Vacation, since it's their second live after their singer graduated. And so now they have the four of them doing vocal duties altogether. The remaining four, that is. One of the guitar players and the bass player and the drummer, I believe I mentioned this earlier, appeared in the video and the movie DMC as the back three members of Kintama Garuzu. And although the genre is slightly different, Kintama Garuzu seemed more like punk, and VAV is 11 songs in 10 minutes. But they got similar intensity. No, that's wildly inaccurate, actually, because I checked on this earlier in the liner notes of that Kintama Garuzu CD. The guy who played bass and guitar and composed the songs is named Gary Newby, and he was originally in a band called the Railway Children. And I think if you search around YouTube, you'd be able to find some of their old videos. It's all new wave, all easy listening new wave. Nothing like Kintama Garuzu or even VAV. Anyways, I guess they needed girls who could play loud music to even play the parts convincingly on screen, even though they don't actually play on screen, which is unfortunate. But anyways, that's who I'm seeing on Saturday, VAV. Let's see, Pigmen, don't know them, Fuck the Lot of You, interesting name. Ah yeah, Bad Attack, that's who I was trying to remember. Bad Attack, they used to play at the Who the Fuck Are You monthly all-night punk events in Yokohama about 3 years ago. And the song of theirs that I know the most is called I Felt Sick in Tower Records. Good song. So that's who I'm seeing Saturday night.